Good morning, unicorns. Today is Thursday, October 8th, 2020. Today's an important day. It's the last day of school, of quarter one. And then we're off to fall break. You guys start your fall break tomorrow. Your teachers will be calculating your grades and putting those grades into the grade book and sending them off to your parents. And so I just want to say congratulations to those of you that have made it. I'm so proud of you. There are many, many, many of you that have done an incredible job this quarter, despite Corona school, remote learning school. I don't know if any of us thought that at the beginning of this we would make it, that it would be possible, that it would be the same. And although it's not the same, and although I miss your little bodies and faces in the school, you guys have still overcome an obstacle. You've persevered. And I'm just so proud of you for doing that, okay? I know that it's been difficult for many of you to connect. I know it's been difficult for many of you to find your place in this. But I do want to say, job well done, especially to this incredible teaching team that has pushed through, learned new strategies, worked with all of you so diligently. I just want to say a huge thank you to my staff, to my teaching staff. You guys have inspired me. You keep me inspired. Your dedication to this craft has been what has pulled me up and through Corona remote learning school. And so I just want to say thank you to the teachers. Students, if you have not thanked your teachers and staff, you should. You should send them a kind note, a thoughtful, encouraging message that says thank you for helping me, for being there for me. Many of your teachers have gone above and beyond the call of service, spent evenings with you, tutored you beyond the time that they are required to. And you should say thank you, because I know that I am so grateful. And because of that, many of you are doing so well, so well. Many of you have passing grades. Many of you have done exceptionally well on the benchmark assessments. We have some real celebrations in regards to the benchmark assessments. We will do those when we return back from fall break, as today is the last day for benchmark testing. If you have not benchmark tested, stop, drop, and go over to Miss Vite's Zoom now. If you do not benchmark assess by today, you will receive, unfortunately, a 0 in the grade book for the assessment. We need everyone to assess. We need everyone to get their tests complete. I will say this, though. If you just click through that assessment, you will also receive a 0 in the grade book, which will thereby drop your grade in your ELA and or math class. And so I really need you all to stay committed to the path, right? After today, we'll all take a big deep breath, breathe out, and be grateful for where we are, okay? And so I just want to just remind you guys to please take your time, do your best. It's so important. Also, I have sent your teachers what is called the ASUS Assessment Survey. It's a survey that helps us to identify students in need. It's going to ask questions about your past and about your present state. And so if you could please take a moment during advisory teachers to share that link that I sent out yesterday afternoon to our students who have not completed it. Some of you have completed it. A lot of 7th and 8th graders, I believe, have not. So please help us help you. I do want to say that if you are connected to Utterback University, Utterback Middle School, it is incredibly important that you know you are part of a committed community of teachers and staff that are working to build partnerships for you. Yesterday we had our second drive-through food pantry. We have things here to help you. If you need something, can you please send me an email or call me at the school and ask to speak to me? I will speak to you. None of our students should ever go without food, hygiene products, clothes, hotspots, or laptops. Those are things I can all guarantee for you right now. If you are a student that is in need and those things are debilitating you from being able to connect to school, all you gotta do is ask, okay? At this point, I just feel like we have so many things to offer you, and I just really want you guys to know that we are here for you. We want to give you the things that you need to be a connected student. We don't want any of those things to be a barrier. And so again, I'm going to say it again. If you need something before we go on fall break, please call me. Okay, call me at the school, 520-225-3500. Ask to speak directly to Miss Sanders. You can also shoot me an email if there's something that you guys are in need of. I found this book at Fry's, and I thought immediately of my students because it just has amazing stories in here about acts of kindness and the power of kindness, and how creating a better life and a better world through small acts, big impacts, spreading kindness in a rude world, mastering self-forgiveness is so important. These are all important messages. So I bought this and wanted to share with you just one thing, right? Out of this book. I like to share with you guys just a couple things that I'm reading and things that I think will help to motivate you. So this one piece spoke to me because I wanted to share it with you. And it's about how to show self-love. There's this little blurb here that is giving us 3 tips on how we can show our self-love. And why is it important? Well, one, it's because you might not have had the best grades this quarter, right? And if you can't pull yourself out of the rut of blaming, shaming yourself, it will actually not ever translate into success. You'll just stay in that cycle of continual, repetitious, negative self-talk that will actually inhibit you from connecting, okay? And so here's something I want to share with you. This is saying, don't forget to be nice to you. About 80% of people are more compassionate to others than they are to themselves, says Kristen Neff, an associate professor of human development and culture at the University of Texas at Austin. She's considered to be a pioneer in research on self-compassion. There's a misconception that self-compassion is selfish, but just the opposite is true. Being kind to yourself puts you in a happier, more pleasant mindset, and that allows you to have better relationships with others. There are 3 suggestions that are given. Number 1, check the downer voice in your head. Instead of the punitive, oh my God, I'm late again because my life is such a mess. Try instead, I deserve props for getting my family out the door every morning. I tell my students to talk to themselves the way they would talk to a friend. Number 2, admit when things stink. Say you're trying to lose weight and can't, but let's say you're trying to improve your grades but can't. But a good friend is having no trouble performing in remote learning school. Psychotherapist and instructor at Harvard Medical School says, rather than sugarcoating the situation, acknowledge that it's painful, that it's hard, that it's part of life, and this too will pass. Being honest about your feelings invites you to be kinder to yourself. And number 3, which I think is really important, is to put your hand on your heart. No, really. People respond deeply to touch, even from themselves. This can send a soothing message from your body to your mind and put your compassionate state at the forward thought of your mind, right? Even just like holding yourself for a moment, giving yourself a moment just to be grounded is just really important. And I want you all to practice these things as we go into second quarter. I want you to let first quarter go. Remember, it still counts, but I want you to let it go. And I want you to think about, what can I do better moving forward to even push myself to the next level of academic, mental, emotional success, okay? I'll miss you. I hope you guys take time for yourselves this fall break. I'll be thinking of you always, and have an incredible time off, okay? Thank you again to my team. Just want to say thank you to my teachers. You guys have a great Thursday.